Eh, eh, eh. That's it. PodGis, take one. Here we go. Hi, everyone. It's me. It's Algis. Oh, hi. Time for a gentle, time for gentle introductions. Hi, it's me, Alval. Friend to many, enemy to none. Nope, not a single enemy, I promise. If you hate me, then you're a judgy prick. And you're the kind of person who's just gonna walk around calling randos pedophile, which says a lot more about your dumbass than it does about the people you're accusing. Just had to open with that. We're trying to retain here. So the opening segment, retention is hard to keep when you're podcasting. So I'm doing my best to retain listeners by coming hot out the gate, hottest I've ever been. I'm going to make some big promises for this episode. In this episode, someone's head is going to explode. Um, Eric Cartman is going to make an appearance. That's right. We're crossing over with South Park. How did I get the rights? I didn't. Please don't tell on me, especially if you're an enemy of mine. Oh, God. But if you're an enemy, you probably didn't even listen this far before you went in the comment section to call me a man. um, what else is going to happen? Oh, Medusa is going to turn someone into a rock. And we're going to have a giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway. If that's not enough to retain your ass, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Can you tell I'm practicing? Can you tell I'm practicing? Can you tell I'm practicing on the voice training? I sound like a fucking fry boy. But that's all right. These are the breaks. This is how it goes. I'm going to really try hard not to touch the microphone because I listened and watched the previous episode and I just I can't. You see me in the other studio with the microphone and it's so much fun to play with, to move, and then I move with it and then to pull it back and talk with my hands. It's awesome. It's a delight. But this guy's sensitive. This is a sensitive guy, and I appreciate that about him. See, I bashed it. I just fucking bashed it, brah. I don't know if you heard that, but I think I just bashed it. And I had to back up for the levels because I was afraid. I was yelling. Oh, I forgot to start the clock. That's what I meant to do. Here we are. Hello, and welcome to PodGis, and thank you for your retention. Thank you for retaining. I've got you on retainer now. You're retained. Consider yourself retained. And welcome to the realest. If you didn't already know, by the way, I'm the realest one there ever was. Friend to all, enemy to none. Because I promise if you got to know me, then you would like me. Probably. Maybe not in all cases, but probably. I'd put money on it. My entire I mean, I was about to say my entire personality is built around needing to be liked. But that makes me sound inauthentic, and that's not true. I'm not inauthentic. Everything I do is with intent. I'm not manipulating people to get them to like me. No, 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 no. I think my personality has just evolved to be what it is because I want the world to be a nicer, better place, and I want people to get along and I want people to feel good. This is silly. This feels like I'm bragging about what a morally superior person I am, and I don't like it one bit. I'm probably, I'm maybe the biggest villain there ever was. I'm friend to all, and maybe that's what makes me a villain. This is okay. This is one of those things where people say, "Oh, I forgot to even flip the camera, so I don't know how I'm framed." I'm probably framed okay. I'm not even going to look at it because if the screen is there, then I'm going to look at it. So this is good. This is like I'm actually talking instead of performing. Maybe I'll cry this time. like I did a while ago at the other PodGis, maybe I'll cry. Gonna try and make myself cry. It's been so long since I've cried. Why haven't I cried in a while? Okay. God, I just jumped 4 points, 4 different points, and there was one I wanted to make. I should have checked if it was up and running. I'm trying something new, and um, you don't even need to know about it. It's technical mumbo jumbo. But uh, last recording, it chopped up it into a bunch of files, and I'm trying not to chop it into files. And I can't be trusted with technology, you guys. I'm doing this alone. Look at me. Look at me go. And I'm worried that I screwed it up, and I can't see if I did or not. So this next hour, I'm betting everything on this next hour. And no, I'm not going to get up and pause, because that's going to wreak havoc for my editor, who I respect very much and appreciate his time. I am not going to stop. And if this doesn't work, then I don't know, I'll release the audio at least. It's one of the lost episodes. But my personality, anyways, my point is, my personality is structured entirely around being liked. Isn't that a terrible, awful realization? But it's real. That's the thing that makes me sound like I'm a fucking Fakes McGee. And I'm not Fakes McGee, I'm the realest one there ever was. You've seen me explore myself and how I feel about things on this podcast. I've been open and honest and receptive. Maybe I haven't spoken out uh, in times that I probably should have. I don't know. But also, I don't know. I don't know so many things. I could fill a library with the things I don't know. Except I don't even know the Dewey Decimal System. So it would be terribly disorganized. The library of the things I don't know would be so discombobulated and terribly organized because I don't know the Dewey Decimal System. And I don't know how to build a library. Let's start there. I don't know anything about architecture. So this would be a shoddy, crappy library full of things that I don't know. It would be a series of camp tents filled with notes on napkins. You know? That's how I archive my thoughts. Shoddy, haphazardly. That's how it's done. That's how Algus rolls. I bet you've been wondering for the past 5 minutes, is she going to take a sip of that water? I'm going to leave you hanging in suspense. I'm solid gold, baby. I went hard on the gold. Do you guys see this? If you're AudioGis, well, fuck you one more gan. Fuck you once more gan. I'm gold today, and I put my hair in a little ponytail. And at one point, the ponytail is gonna come off. How's that for retention? I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna do my Pantene Pro V hair explosion act out. You know, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be majestic. I'm not gonna take a sip of this water the whole time. I'm just gonna wave it around. Sorry, audio people. Sorry, I'm being so Sorry, I'm being exclusy on your ass. But I'll be more inclu. I'll be clusy. Inclusy. Exclu. Those are fun to abbreviate. Can you imagine all that buildup about drinking the water, and then I spilled it all over myself? I don't like. Did I fall out of practice, or am I just completely and physically inept? But I find that squirting water into my mouth, I used to be able to do it back when I was an athlete. But is it an athleticism thing? It's a practice thing. But this bottle is so flimsy that I can't get it into my mouth. I can't aim it. And there's always spillage. I guess I did okay there. But I did bring it, I think, pretty close. I don't know. It's always cool when you watch sports and they're just like, they're chugging, they're chugging water from a Romanian fountain, like 2 meters distance away. full fucking wingspan. You don't have to do that. I know you're afraid of germs or whatever, but like, you don't have to socially distance from a water bottle when you fucking hydrate yourself. You don't have to socially distance. You can't get COVID on a water bottle. Can you? I don't know. I don't know that. Um, I don't know that. This isn't a science podcast. Hey, check the categories. Where did you find this podcast? If you found it, it's in the comedy section. So, it's not science, and don't take a word of advice from me about science. You know, I could tell you to eat your greens with every meal. That's something I do. I make sure I have at least a fistful of greens with every meal. And as I take hormones, my fist gets smaller and smaller, which is great news because that means I don't have to eat as many greens. That means I don't have to eat as many. This is my 12-year-old, this is my 6-year-old logic. If you need to eat a green with every meal, what if you're this is sounding like a terrible stereotypical accent. If you get smaller because you are taking hormones and your fist gets smaller, can you eat less greens because your fist is smaller? Maybe we should crush ahead. Should we crush ahead with a walk? That is one of my all-time favorite PodGis moments. I don't think you guys realize. I can't remember what episode that's from. 94? Was it one of the lost episodes that never made it? Couldn't be. No, I think it was, and then I tried doing it again, and then it just wasn't as funny the second time, and I was sad about that. Just basically the idea of a kid, of like a classroom of kids, descending into Lord of the Flies level anarchy and primitiveness, and their teacher is like struggling on the ground, and one of the kids just immediately before before diplomacy or democracy is allowed to at least uh explore itself, kid just raises his hand and goes, "Should we crush ahead with a walk?" And then chaos ensues. I think that's hilarious. It's always funny when grannies are really gross and cussy and swear a lot, and when kids do it, isn't it? Because we expect these two ends of the age spectrum to be innocent. There's always some expectation that like old people go back to being innocent, which is why in my years of doing stand up, you'd be surprised how many old people have come and gone, mostly gone. Uh-oh. Uh how many old comedians have come and have started doing comedy, found a gimmick in being the cute old lady, typically, because actually, that's also a distinction, is that like gendered old people comedy has strikingly different standards and rules. Like I've only ever seen like old, crotchety, cussy, dirty, working blue old men with dirty dark comedy they always inevitably fall into the brand of like, I'm the creepy uncle, I'm the gross grandpa, you know? But then, conversely, they're still similar, but there's an important distinction where like old grannies, there's just something, it's the expectation that grannies are like more innocent. And so the grannies that I've seen do like dirty, gross blue comedy just have this special, they have an advantage over the men because it's like they're supposed to be cute. So the contradiction and the shock factor, it's just that much more potent, you know? It's just that much more potent. I'm voice training. I'm trying. This is me. This whole podcast is me pinching up my larynx, forcing it up into the back. And I'm doing my best. I'm training. I'm practicing. When I have the place to myself, I really go for it. It's tiring. I think that means I'm doing it wrong if I'm tired. If I'm tired, then that means I'm doing it wrong. I think I don't have to like fucking force it. I can just I can speak a little softer, perhaps. I can speak a little softer, perhaps. And maybe, I don't know if it's falsetto. I don't know. I'm working it out. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. You can see me and feel me get frustrated with it, right? It's tough, man. Transitioning's fucking hard. Which is why, oh man, did my ponytail, oh yeah, it's half coming out. Oh, that's cute. Which is why I can pivot into this. I think I was talking about something completely else. Oh, the fact that I'm wearing gold all over. You guys like my gold? It's gold, girl. PodGis. Here we go with PodGis. Ew, gross. That's always fun to practice. I'm PodGis today. Covered in gold. Gold and pink. That's a fun little combo, I think. Oh, so yeah. I didn't talk about this yet. It's been a couple weeks, or it's been a couple weeks now since I was asked to do a campaign. I think I hinted that I was going to talk about this eventually, and I didn't. So this is the reveal. So I filmed a campaign with Egale Canada, EGALE Canada, and it's an anti-hate campaign, which surely will attract a whole lot more hate. The irony, because okay, so it's sponsored. I think it's funded and sponsored by Rogers, which, if you're an American, that is one of the two telecom companies that reign over Canada. Like, they own everything. Rogers and Bell own everything. And they just, it's a duopoly. I don't know who's bigger. I think it's Rogers. But they just own and run our country, those two telecom companies. I'm gonna get called out for being stupid and wrong about this, but that's, I mean, come on, you know? Am I wrong? They run everything. And they like brutally squash out the competition here in Canada. Anyways, but thankfully, this campaign, this anti-hate campaign that's playing all through Pride, is it's sponsored by, I don't know if it's even sponsored because they didn't put their fucking brand on it. This is I just realized this. I was told that it was funded. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say. Am I allowed to say? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. If I get in trouble, if I die this week, it's because I wasn't allowed to reveal that Rogers put money into this. But, and it's so funny that they didn't put their name on it. Whoa, okay. I need to find this out for sure, because my brain is so forgetful that I don't even trust the things that I remember. Isn't that awful? My memory sucks so bad that the things I remember are laced and just corrupt with self-distrust, you know? I don't even trust the things I feel like I know. But anyways, I was told that this campaign is funded by Rogers, and it's an anti-hate campaign. It's very, I encourage you to look it up. Egale Canada, anti-hate. I think you'll probably find it pretty quickly. Oh, what's it called? Strands or something like that? Unraveled. Is it Unraveled? Come on. Give me a hot second. Egale Canada. Pride Unraveled. If you look up Pride Unraveled by Egale Canada, it's a beautiful campaign. I thought there were going to be more views. It's a beautiful campaign. Well, I guess it's an ad, so you can see it on their page, but it's also playing. I've been told the distribution is going to be nuts. That it's like all across Canada, YouTube commercials, network TV. It's gonna be everywhere, and a billboard on Dundas Square, one of those video fucking, I don't know if they're called video billboards, but a video billboard on Dundas Square with my face on it. I'm one of I'm one of three queer people that they invited out for this, to do this. And it's amazing. It's really touching and moving and very striking. I showed it to my parents and they gave me a huge hug. And I'm always like, with my parents, it feels, I don't want to shove any of this in their face. You know what I mean? People complain that they're like, oh, it's just so in our faces all the time. They're just shoving it in our faces. And I think that's silly, first of all, because we're talking about, like, it is essentially at its core a civil rights movement. So it's not meant to be it's kind of supposed to be obnoxious because it's supposed to point out the inequalities in our society and and just the shitty way people like me get fucking treated, you know, by half the population. So, if that's even a conservative estimate. You get it? Um, but it's in your face because the status quo has always been so heteronormative that as soon as something sort of pierces that reality or contradicts it in any way, it feels like this reality shaking experience, when all it is we're just introducing a new human, not even new, but a different human experience, and it threatens too many people because they're just so used to engaging with they're just so desensitized to like a heteronormative way of life and representation. So I can see why it feels like we're just throwing it in people's faces. But we're kind of fucking not, and we're finding our own goddamn place with each other. We're like sending out a beacon to each other to be like, "Yo, we have this in common. Let's link up," you know? So maybe it's not about you fuckers. Maybe it's not about you sometimes. And that's part of the entitlement of being like, "Oh, they're shoving it in our faces." Some things aren't for you. Some things are not for you. Sorry. Get used to it. um, Fuck, I really digressed there. All this to say, it's like I struggle with, um, I don't want to worry my parents either. Uh, I'm sure they're worried about me. I'm sure they see everything that's going on and they worry about my safety and health and my future. Naturally, you know? They love me very deeply, my parents, and so that's why I don't want to worry them, and I don't want their sympathy either, you know. And this campaign is very evocative and very dramatic. It's very dramatic, and I'm also always worried about being dramatic in front of my parents. You know, I don't want to be overly emotional or dramatic in front of them, even though I cry like a baby a lot. But it made my mom cry, and that made me cry. And it's a really beautiful campaign. Except, except, and this is, of course, by no fault of anyone but my own, it just makes me so fucking dysphoric. It makes me so dysphoric because I hate my voice and I hate my face, the way the camera is kind of pointed up under my chin, and my chin here, I'm just uh I I don't see any sense in belaboring this point and just shitting on myself. Um I don't want to, who cares about going down that rabbit hole, but it makes me uncomfortable to watch, you know? And even my brother was like, "Did they lower your voice?" Oh, that hurt. That hurt. But it hurt so bad that it really reignited it really reignited my desire to voice train and to pick up the pace, and to try and to try and to try and to try a lot harder and to try a lot harder. And because my brother asked if they lowered my fucking voice. Oh, nobody can hurt you like family, you know? Nobody loves you like family, but nobody can hurt you like they do too. And he didn't mean it like an asshole. My brother puts his foot in his mouth sometimes, and I love my brother dearly, but you know, that's one of those things where somebody I don't fault him for that. So don't come for my brother. He's awesome and I love him. We have a very very honest relationship with each other. And that's one of those things that sometimes are the foundation of honesty from which we communicate means that every once in a while somebody will put their foot in their mouth and say something a bit too honest. And what he was telling me was that I had a very masculine voice. And so, looking at it graciously, at least it motivated me to try a little harder. And I know my voice is nasally right now, but that's kind of, I want to believe that this is part of the process. And this is probably the most difficult part of it, is fucking getting used to pulling your larynx up and fucking pinching your resonance chamber and talking like this. Oh, it's so hard. And I hate it, and I'm straining myself, and I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it fucking wrong. Oh, anyways, yeah, that campaign, it's beautiful and it's lovely, but it hurts me at the same time. And of course, a campaign like that where you invite people to stop hating you is only going to do the opposite for the wrong people. The people it's sort of aimed at are going to be the people who um, relish an opportunity to continue punching down. So when that campaign comes out, I mean, it's out already. They turned the comments off of the YouTube video, which, you know, says all you need to know about what the expected response was. And then when I saw they shared on Twitter, yeah, Twitter fucking sucks. Twitter fucking sucks. And like every response was this, oh, so too many people just don't fucking get it. You don't get it. Too many people being like, oh, you're gonna go and groom children? Like, that's not what the fuck this is about. It's the child grooming shit is, ugh. Give me a fucking break. We're not showing kids fucking anal sex in classrooms. Because then we would have to show them like missionary between two parents, a mom and a dad. They haven't been doing that in classrooms. So why would they start fucking showing two guys blowing each other? You know what I mean? That's not what any curriculum fucking is. It's people being like, hey, some of you are going to grow up to be gay. Some of you are going to, statistically, a whole bunch of you are going to grow up to be gay. And that is all right. God damn, man. Why is that so impossible to fucking wrap your head around? Fuck off. Twitter fucking sucks, man. I'm not even fucking this. I'm convinced this is me not telling them on myself. I promise. Because I'm trying to scroll away. Maybe it's just the accounts that I pause on and read whenever they tweet and then scroll away. Maybe they're stepping up their game, but the video of the guy getting eaten by a shark is circulating everywhere, and videos of gun violence. I'm literally watching on my Twitter feed people get shot and watching their bodies. There's a way it just, their legs lock and get completely straight and they fucking topple over, like they get stiff immediately and topple over like a tree when they get shot. And I don't want to fucking see this anymore. I don't. And every time, like, there was a video of just gruesome body horror, real body horror shit. And I don't want to see it. And I'm scrolling away. I'm trying to. I know I just described, but now I'm trying to retrain the fucking algorithm when it's like robbery gone wrong. Guy defends, oh, the fucking gun shit. Guy defends his constitutional right, and I know it's going to be a video. Why are we sharing this with each other? Why are we sharing videos of people getting executed? I don't like it. I really don't. And I'm trying to, and I'm, as soon as I recognize in the caption while I'm casually scrolling, as soon as I see what it's going to be, fucking scroll right away. Algorithm, please, take the hint. I don't want this anymore. I guess there's a button I can mute, right? I can mute or block. Yeah, I can start working a little harder on restricting my feed, surely. Yeah. What else is going on? So that campaign, I'm gonna be on a fucking billboard on Dundas Square. But the feelings that I feel about it, I really don't want to take anything away from it at all, because it's a really awesome campaign. Beautifully done. But it's going to take, but I'm standing in my own way of enjoying it. It's going to take me deliberately forgiving myself for looking and sounding like I did at the time, and still do. It's going to take for an active forgiveness to get over that enough to enjoy and celebrate what a fucking victory this is. For me, personally, my face is on a fucking billboard at Dundas Square. Which I gotta go and see that. I gotta go and see it. Because that's fucking epic. God, that's epic. Who can say that they've been on a goddamn billboard on Dundas Square? For all the Americans out there, that's our version of Times Square. That's Canada's Times Square. It's our bustling, flashy center of our urban universe, you know? It's the never sleeps part of Toronto, you know? And I'm on a billboard. I'm on a billboard. I'm on a billboard. I'm on a billboard. Just get stankier and stankier. I'm on a fucking billboard. Do you know who I am? I'm on a fucking billboard. Fix my hair, and we're back. So yeah, that's that. The eGale Canada thing. I'm proud. I'm very proud. And I can't let my own self-image ruin that for me. But I think, yeah, to be positive, like, at least I recognize that. And, you know, knowing is half the battle, as they say in G.I. Joe. If I can identify the problem, if I can identify what needs to be done, then I can do it. And so I'm working on it. I'm working on self-kindness and forgiveness and just accepting reality for what it is. Which is an interesting part of dysphoria. And I think this is where I handle things differently from most trans people, is that dysphoria rocks my soul and it sucks and I hate it and it makes me feel fucking miserable. But there's always a proactive spin at the end. That's always been difficult to describe, but it's like, so what? It's like, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, you have masculine features. Yes, you don't achieve a certain standard and it bums you out and people treat you like fucking shit because of it. Yes. that's just what it is. That's the reality. You can stare at yourself in the mirror all you want, and I wish, and I wish, and I wish. Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish, I wish, I wish. And I do fall down that rabbit hole. Of course I do. I'm, you know, I'm no better. I'm no fucking, no better. I don't even think better is the word. I'm no more resilient than your standard trans woman. But like, but at the same time, at a certain point, you, I know that none of that is helping things. Staring at yourself in the mirror and just wishing isn't gonna do anything. And agonizing over, ugh, my blank is too blank. Ugh, I hate. So do something about it. Accept the reality for what it is and do something about it. Be proactive. That's real tough love, you know? So the voice thing, I'm miserable about it. Miserable. But I'm goddamn gonna fucking work on it. Because I can. The things that are in my control, I might as well exercise that control, you know? So the eGale Canada ad, you know, I should control how wet I get in this chair. I'm like sopping wet in this. My legs were crossed for too long. So the eGale Canada ad, yeah, it makes me feel uncomfortable looking at myself, but the first step is accepting the reality of it. Yes, this is how I look and sound. This is how I look and sound. And I am currently doing pretty much or close to everything I physically, intellectually, emotionally am capable of doing. I'm trying my fucking best. And you know what? That's pretty awesome. That's worth everything. That's worth everything. So, yeah. I mean, dysphoria does fucking get me sometimes. It's crippling. It can be very crippling. But I find, for me especially, I mean, the night that my brother asked me if they lowered my voice, I had a meltdown. I had like a 3-hour laying in bed. It was nighttime, so I was already in bed. But, yeah, it kind of laid me out. And the next day I just felt like shit. But I got up and I was like, and I just, you know, and I consider myself one of the lucky ones because from what I hear of other trans people, they can't move under the weight of it sometimes, and my sympathy goes out to them. It does. But my reality is that I can't dwell in it. I get it out of my system. Like that night I did my best to just get it out of my system, to rant and rave and cry about it, and then wake up the next morning and start again. You know? The longer you dwell, the worse it feels. and the less likely you are to be proactive. So, wow. I went a lot of places with that one. I did. I went a lot of places with that. Really turned into, see, this is the emotional guess that, you know, that you guys signed up for at the very beginning. I told you I might cry. And I came a little bit close there. Came a little bit. My face got hot. And then I backed off because I made my point already. And, you know, I'm being positive. Positive, proactive, let's go. Be the change you want to fucking see in the world and in your own goddamn life. Dream of a better future and work as hard as you can to achieve it, knowing that it's not going to look anything like you had dreamed. But you might surprise yourself. Could still be very special. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't know jack shit. I'm 34 going on 35 soon. My birthday is soon. But this is me just accounting for everything that I've learned while I've been here on this earth. And ain't that some shit? Um, God, what else did I want to talk about? I don't have any of my notes here. None. I knew I wanted to talk about Egale. I knew I wanted to point out my gold chains. These are not gold, though, you know? Surely not. Oh, I'm sweating in my armpits. Oh no. Oh no. And I pointed it out. Oh. Don't look. We're gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna have to change shirts. Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna talk like this for the rest of the thing. Yeah, and that's all I think about that. So fucking lay off already. That's what I think about that. And that's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about the war in Vietnam. Um, Boot doot doot. Merch. Let's talk about this real quick. I looked over and I saw this. Baby's first merch. Baby's first merch. We're doing it. I got my first merchandise. In case you don't know what that means, um, I, my, mine. I have my windows open. I wonder who can fucking hear me, you know? Wondering what the hell is Bart Simpson ranting and raving about now? I got merch. I got merch. It arrived earlier this week, and I bought one of those Square reader, like a chip tap thing, because we live in a cashless society. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. By the way, that's a fun thing I love to do sometimes, is say something that sounds like it's profound and then really milk that moment, you know? We live in a cashless society. Mhm. Mhm. I mean, you could say it's the running joke, "We live in a society." You could be like, we live in society." Mhm. Mhm. What else? Any kind of platitude, any kind of masturbatory, self-important platitude. Like, love is a beautiful message, but what is it? I mean, I know what it means. I was gonna say, what does it mean? But you break down the words. It's just like it is what it is. I had a whole stand-up bit a while ago about breaking down like how it means something, but if you really break it down, if you semantically break it down, it's meaningless. Love is love. Love is love. Hmm. I also like doing that when, uh, when allies overperform, and you can tell that they get a little chub out of what they just said in allyship. You know what I mean? When somebody's like, well, I've shared a bathroom with a trans woman and I had no problems with it. Hmm. You know, it's like, good for you. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of myself and all trans women everywhere, thanks for not making it fucking weird. That should be the baseline. That should be the default. But, here we are, and it's it's still not so uncommon that I do thank you, but sometimes the way some people say it, it just sounds like they're just pulling on their plug, just jerking their merkin, just like, I don't have a problem with trans people. Mhm. If you're gonna say it matter of factly. And even then, I'm probably going to make fun of you, which I should not. I shouldn't do that. Hey, performative allyship is still allyship. Fucking have at her. Go for it. Do it. Do it. I appreciate it, actually. No, I do. I take everything I just said back. And I'm being serious right now. Performative allyship is cringe. Yes, it is. Of course it is. But it's, I see a necessity in it. It's still allyship. And perform away. Fucking lend your voice to the whole thing. You know, we need more. We need noise. We need more voices. And perform away. I don't give a fuck. Do it. It's good. So speaking of, I brought up merch and then I totally forgot about it. I got t-shirts. My baby's first merch, and they arrived this week, and I got the square card reader with the tap because we live in a cashless society. I'm so smart. But I'm selling t-shirts. I was at a small show last night, sold out, small room, 30 people, small room, but sold out. I'm so good. um, mhm. Uh, am I gonna name this podcast episode? Yeah, I might. I just might. Um. Anyways, get to the fucking point, Alval. I got merch, t-shirts. They referenced a joke in my act, a joke at the beginning, and then more than that, it's I think it's beautiful. It's branded so nicely, and it's basically a through line in my entire act. And it's a statement as well on a t-shirt. It's even without that context, walking down the street wearing this, it makes its own statement. And so I love everything about it. It's so brave, these t-shirts. So brave. And I got them, and I'm excited because stand-up comedy, it's I'm on my way up. My star is rising, surely, and I have high hopes, but I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling really hard to make ends meet, and I'm working full time as a stand-up comedian, but that also doesn't mean much. If you're not a celebrity, it doesn't mean much. And so you have to make do with merch as a source of revenue. So I am working out with Merch Monkey, the company that did this. Shout out to Merch Monkey. They were great. And I'll continue to work with them. Trying to fold it like fucking American Eagle. Like I work in retail. I used to work at West 49. Fun fact. What was I just saying? I'm gonna be bringing these to shows. So if you see me live, you will have an opportunity to buy one of these. I bought 50 as a starter because I don't have a lot of money right now, and that's all I could really afford. But I'm just gonna keep reinvesting the profits from that into buying more and more shirts, just to like get that, revenue stream going. I mean, I'm gonna have to pay rent somewhere in there. But yeah, so if you want a shirt, just know that they aren't available to ship out yet, but I'm working on it. I am Merch Monkey, I think, sets up a website that you may be able to order straight from them. I have to follow up on that. I think that would be really fucking cool. I'm sure that's what I read. See, me just mistrusting my own memory. But so down the line, I'm just introducing it just to say that I'm very proud of myself, that I'm evolving, that I'm leveling up. And those are going to be available eventually. They'll be available eventually for to ship to you. And I'm so pumped about that. I think that's great. I'm fired up. I look at them and I'm so proud. They should say so proud, except I'd be stealing like Pride Month's thunder, you know? So brave. And then you get to walk down the street with a shirt that says you're so brave. It's like the joke that keeps on giving, and I love it. Love it. Which one of yous took a shit and then flush it? Fucking disgusting. Mmm. Mmm. Champions League final is today. Whoop. Yeah, that gives away when I'm recording this, but who gives a fuck? You know what segment we haven't done in a while? Is the archives. The archives. I'm gonna do a quick one here. Keeping an eye on the time. I'm gonna do a quick one here. If you don't know what the archives are, they are they are over the course of my 16 and a half, almost 17-year career, I have filled many notebooks with joke ideas, bits, concepts, tags, whatever, with material. And this segment is me going back into my oldest books and plumbing the depths, exploring the deepest minds of my mind. And just seeing if there's anything funny in there that I used to think about. And we've actually found a couple gems that are interesting. Yeah. And like I'm just really I keep getting distracted. But these are the archives. These are notes from like high school. So we're still currently in the era of I would have been 17 years oldish. I would have been in my last year of high school. Last year of high school, I knew I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, so this was mostly me writing without a lick of actual on-stage experience, which is adorable. So some of these jokes stank, and that's just the reality of it. I'm giving you a really cool insight into the mind of a young, very young comedian. Just learning how to write a joke. Here we go. These ones are all one-liners. Just discontinuous non sequiturs. Here we go. Oh, Arnold. Arnold's tenure as government of California is coming to a close. What's next for the man of many talents? That's right. He's publishing a children's book titled There's a Bomb in There, Get Out. This book is meant to teach kids what to do in case of a bomb threat. So this was very clearly an excuse just to do an Arnold voice. I joke about this now, where like people say, look, to everyone who says comedy is dead, you're a moron. Comedy is very much alive and well. It's just evolving, and that makes you uncomfortable. You know? Comedy is dead. Listen, comedy survived a solid 4-year period where the only jokes were Arnold impersonations. 4 fucking years of Arnold prank calls and Arnold impressions. Your act couldn't exist without some kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger joke in there that was accompanied by an accent. So, if comedy didn't die in that 4 years, we're going to be fine. We survived the Arnold era. Comedy is going to be just fine. And it exists, you fucking short-sighted dork ass. It's out there. It just, your sense of humor sucks and never adapted. How about that? Oh, clip that, baby. That's a good clip. However, I hope I said that in a funny way. Sometimes I look back on the PodGis Instagram clips and I'm like, fuck, if I had just articulated that just a little bit better, like the timing of it would have been better. That's the trouble of like improvising these rants and jokes, is that like they aren't gonna come out polished, of course. And you want to fix one or two fucking things, one or two pauses or words or punchlines, and you're just like, this could have popped off if I like really stuck the landing. But I think I stuck the landing there. The point is, if we survived the Arnold era, this is just me this is another take. This is just me doing another take. If we survived the fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger impression era, then comedy will never truly die, because that's as close to dead as comedy got. No, I think I nailed it. Whatever. Next joke. However, this is a tag on the last one, the children's book. However, publishing companies do not want to work with Arnold on this project because of all the horrific spelling mistakes, like California, illegal, and of course, bomb. And these are all spelt phonetically to sound like Arnold, like bomb is BAHM. It's a visual joke. Political debates in Canada are getting heated. The hot topic is healthcare. When asked about his plans for healthcare, Bloc Québécois leader Gilles Duceppe said, "We just want to separate with Canada. We haven't thought that far ahead." So that was my hot political take at 17 years old, was that Bloc Québécois didn't care about anything else except getting the fuck out of Canada. And they're not about that anymore, are they? I think they're just they're just pro Quebec. It's like a provincial party, right? God, if I'm wrong, I'm so resigned to the fact that I'm gonna say things that make me sound really uninformed. And I have the same amount of votes that you do. Isn't that scary? That's scary. I've voted Green Party before, mostly because I'm like, but guys, the environment, come on. The environment. And then it's like, how does Green Party feel about trans rights? It's like, yeah, I should probably follow up on that. Can you imagine if they're like, yeah, guys, think about the environment, but ain't no fucking tranny gonna share a bathroom with my daughter. No fucking way. But guys, climate change, come on. We gotta think about climate change. But cutting your penis off doesn't make you a fucking woman. And stay out of our sports and locker rooms. Fucking men. Pedophiles. But guys, we gotta stop using non-renewable energy sources. What about wind power? I'll tell you what we should power. We should power those wind turbines and throw a bunch of trans people into them. No, let me do that again. Second take. Can you imagine? I'm doing takes. I'm doing double takes, you guys. Sorry. This is for the algorithm. This is for Instagram. Can you imagine if the Green Party was like very pro-environment, but like vehemently, overzealously like anti-trans, Where they're like, guys, climate change, come on, it's real. But you know what's not real? Transgenderism. Guys, we need to start using renewable energy sources like wind turbines. And then also, when we're setting up all these wind turbines, when it's all wind turbines, let's just chuck all them L's, G's, B's, and T's in there. Just throw the trans people into that turbine. Throw the pedophiles into the turbine. But anyways, guys, we only get one life on this earth. We only get one earth. And I ain't sure as fuck ain't sharing it with no transgenders. That's clippable. Clip it. I hope it's funny. I make pretty ugly faces. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, going back to this. Oh boy, I really do jump around, don't I? Jump around. Jump around. Jump up, and get down. Jump. How does it start? What is he? Knock it up, wrap it up, wrap it in. What's the first fucking word? How am I blanking on the first word of that song? Wrap it up, wrap it in. Let me begin. I came to win. Doesn't mean that's a sin. One time the song up, punk, you better back up. Trying to play a role and the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. If you got the feeling, jump and push the ceiling. I don't know what he says there. Says a bonk sunk. So I bust him in the eye, and then I take the punks out, feel it, funk it. Ants in the trunk, and I got more rhymes than his cups at a Dunkin' Donut shops. Showing up, I got props. Because of my mom and my pops. There's so many words I don't know in that song. Knock it up, knock it in. What the fuck is that first word? Oh, I'm gonna be so mad when I see this. How am I blank? I know the word. Jump around lyrics. Pack it up! Pack it up, pack it in! God damn it. How do I forget these things? Oh, see? That's what he's saying. I shouldn't look at these lyrics. I should just continue saying my mumbo jumbo. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I came to win. Don't mean that's a sin. They won't send my sack up. Punch you better back up. Try to play a role, although the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up. Come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump and push the ceiling. So I bust them in the eye, and then I take the punks out. Mugs let the funk flow. Someone's talking junk. You can't blame me for not knowing what he says there. You'll bust them in the eye, and then I'll take the punks ho. And then I'll take the punks ho. I thought he said, and then I'll take the punks out. I won't ever slack up, punk, you better back up. See, I mean, these are fucking fire rhymes, though. But also, you can't blame me for not knowing. He says, mugs let the funk flow. Someone's talking junk. Show me anyone. This isn't a white person thing, I promise you. Show me anyone black or white and show them that line and say, decipher it. What is he saying? And then they'll be like, well, it's pretty obvious. I'm not going to tell you, but why don't you tell me? No. I came to get down. I came to get down. So get out, just eat and jump around. I love this song. It's such a good song. Oh, it's so hype. Also, if you ask like John McEnroe, if your girl steps up, I'm smacking the hoe. I know that line, but I didn't know I'll serve your ass like John McEnroe. What a reference! What a reference to old tennis. Was tennis really big back then? Word to your moms, I came to drop bombs. I got more rhymes than a Bible's got psalms. I do remember that. Just like the prophet, cause I do to the death, trying to step to me, you take your last breath. I got the skill, come get your fill, cause when I shoot the gift, I shoot to kill. I came to get down, I came to get down. This song rules! God, that like, the fucking, I don't even know what the word is for it. I'm white, so forgive me. And I like rock. I'm not a big rap, hip-hop person. And forgive me for also, like, really digging my heels into, like, a white rap song. This is probably, like, really hot with white people. I don't know. Is it? My black friends? Is what I'm doing really white? You gotta tell me. It's funny if what I'm doing is super white, but fucking whitey's gonna white. White bitch is gonna white bitch. But the fucking flow, is flow the word? Cadence? The choppy, I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Oh, better yet, a Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, try to play me out like if my name was Sega. That one's not so good. But, get used to one style and you'll what I might switch it up and around, but buck you down. That's what he says, buck you down. Ugh. Cool rhymes. That rhymer has good flow. That's what I say. Hey, folks, have you checked out that rap? It's called Jump Around by House of Pain. And let me tell you, it it's called House of Pain because it hurts so good. Yeah, you're in a house. You make your house a home because it hurts so good. Jump around. Hey, gang, topping the charts is this uh, new hot joint we got passing around. It's called Jump Around by House of Pain. Enjoy! This is me being a fucking radio DJ. Oh. Anyways, this segment is done. The archive segment's done. I really deviated there. But Jump Around is such a fucking sick song. Even though I forgot the first word. How did I forget? Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Ah, it's just, what a cool flow. Neat. What a neat flow. I love it. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi. Practice, you know? It's exhausting. And you can probably tell over the course of the podcast, it maybe gets worse or different. I don't know. I can't tell. My voice, you know? But, hey, you know what's cool is, let's have another moment of reflection real quick. So I'm on a journey, my voice, right? And let this be this podcast serves as a journal for my progress. So let this be a cool fucking chapter, a marker right here is that, like, here I go, I'm trying. I'm devoting myself a whole lot more to this. Starting here and now and today and this episode. So, wish me luck. I'm the realest one there ever was. And I'm being real with you. And maybe like 50 episodes from now, we'll look back and be like, oh my God. What a difference a whole bunch of practice and time makes. I believe in it. I believe. Let's do this. I believe instead of not believe. Because, like I said last episode, it's better to believe. Why not believe? It's better to believe than not believe. And if you get proven wrong, that's utterly humiliating. So work harder so you don't utterly humiliate yourself, I guess. It's not exactly what I said in the last episode, but I evaluated basically whether belief or non-belief, self-belief I'm talking about, not belief in God because that's silly. Straight up. But belief in oneself versus non, and the pros and cons. And I think it's just better to believe in yourself. Larry the Cable Guy did it. And look at him now. I mean, he's not really around much anymore. But look at him 10 years ago. He wasn't around that much 10 years ago. Look at him 15 years ago. Just keep going back. I think there was something else I wanted to talk. Oh, yeah. Well, the e-Gale thing. It just reminds me of, this is the unfortunate thing about the campaign that isn't lost on my comedian's brain, is that, like, it was like when Beyonce did the Super Bowl and people started memeing the unflattering photos of her dancing where she was like all like bricked up and she was mid-move. She's dancing her fucking ass off. It's, you know, when I do stand-up, people take pictures of me and show me afterwards and I'm like, that is hideous. That is grotesque. I'm fucking perched up like a gargoyle half the time. I really use my whole body and I do act outs with everything I got. So I'm like, I make a lot of faces, a lot of noises. So, you know, I don't photograph well. And somebody like Beyonce, how do you photograph well when you're dancing your keister off for like 2 full hours and singing at the same time, your mouth open like, ah, you know? And yet she still looks like a fucking goddess. How? You know? And so, but anyways, it was like at the Super Bowl when people caught her mid-move with her face all clenched and her body all contorted. And then I think I remember, this might have been the last she like was on Twitter, and good for her, she got out. You know, it's like a fucking prison. You guys can't see my pussy, can you? Don't look, don't. But she like went. I vaguely remember she went on social media and she was like, "Guys, please." She was like, or no, it wasn't even pleading. I think she like threatened. She was like, "Take my pictures down, or I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad, you guys. Take those unflattering photos down, or I'm gonna be pissed." And then people were like, "Oh my god, yes," because at that point you're just inviting more bullying. And so to draw that back to the eGale Canada campaign, um, yeah, I'm afraid that unfortunately a campaign like that, somebody with my face and my voice being what it is, naturally me pleading for people to stop being assholes is just inviting them. Assholes are going to be assholes, and that is manna for assholes. That is sustenance and food. To be asked not to be an asshole is re-energizing. It's energy, it's fuel for assholes, is what I'm saying. So I anticipate that this campaign is going to make all the right people go I mean, I hope it can. I don't even know if it's gonna convert anybody. I don't even know if convert is the right word. Influence anyone. Groom. I don't know if it's gonna influence anyone to maybe set aside their hateful ways and hug a tranny today. But you know, uh, I do know that I'm sure it's gonna it just well, Twitter was abundantly clear on that all it did was just attract more fucking clueless takes and cruel comments. So stay out of the comment section, boys and girls. That's such an unfortunate thing, I do this for validation. At the core of it, I think that's what motivates me, right? Let's be real. And so it is a cruel irony to have to deliberately uh, block myself from seeking that validation in the comment section of videos because the opposite is there. And it sucks that I can't go on. It sucks that I am less inclined to go to those places to find the people who are supportive and nice and good and positive and encouraging. And instead, so I don't get to see those because, they're just too many people who just want to get a piece of me, But I persevere. And I'm training my voice and I'm doing my best. And if I just soften it, I think it's that I'm trying too hard. And maybe if I speak, I think that might be kind of it. Practicing speaking a little bit more gently and softly, and maybe not as nasally. If I breathe, then it's less nasally. You see me pushing my head forward. Anyway, strategies. I'm strategizing. I'm watching videos. I don't have the money to take lessons, but hopefully this merch will leave a dent. Okay, yeah. I think this is a good note to end on. I might be having company for the Champions League. So I should probably log out, get some work done, and then watch some football, yeah? I'm sure there were like 3 or 4 more things I wanted to talk about, but I'll save them for the next episode. And in the meantime, just thank you for sitting here, joining me, enjoying your time. I hope there were good thoughts here in PodGis. Oh yeah, there's another campaign I'm a part of before I sign off. eGale Canada is one of them, and Studio 205 Productions. If you look up Studio 205 Productions, they have a campaign called Pride Is ... and myself and a handful of other prominent L's, G's, B's, and T's all uh, spoke out about what we feel pride is this year. And for me, pride is fucking rebellion, you know? Yeah, because I mean, what everything I've said so far just kind of lends itself to my point that pride is rebellion for me this year. And everything that I do is partially an act of rebellion. Me persevering despite all the hate is an act of rebellion. Me forging onward and living my life the way I want to is an act of rebellion. Me fucking vocal training is an act of internal rebellion against my own masculinity. I guess, I don't know, you can apply it every which way, but so this pride season, don't let the fucking rising tides of hate prevent you from being fucking obnoxious and visible. Be visible, get in their goddamn faces. Fuck off. Love is love. Live and let live. And I feel like at this point, at the end of my video, if I retained you, if we did proper good retention, then you know, congratulations to me. You're probably one of the good ones if you've lasted this long. If not, if you hate me and you've lasted this long, then I mean, good on you. Congratulations. That's kind of cool. Your simmering loathing is I find it very interesting. I wish you would find a better expense of your time and motivations, but if you're that driven by hatred, then you're a sad person, and your curse is that you have to live with that. So ain't no skin off my tits. So Studio 205 Productions, look that up. Look up. I posted an Instagram post about that, speaking my mind, something very eloquent, and I thought very empowering. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh no. Look, it's Cartman. Shut up, you guys. I'm not fat. You Jew. So there's Cartman, as promised. Oh no, Cartman's head exploded. No more Cartman. Oh my god, you killed Cartman, you bastard. There we go, that's two things. Oh, and who's that? It's my lovely lover Aid, formerly of the Overwatch League. Oh no, Aid, oh no, you can't move? You probably looked at Medusa. Oh, and a giveaway. I've given you today's giveaway is wisdom. I've given you wisdom, and I've given you proactivity. And to give tough love to my trans folks out there, if you're feeling dysphoria, I understand you. I get you. But what other choice do you have but to move forward and to try and to work and to, you know? And if working actively on your appearance and those things that are all superficial at the end of the day, what can be worked on is your inner peace and your ability to just process things being what they are and being grateful for the good things in your life that you have. And of course, I'm saying this, I'm fully acknowledging my privilege. I have a lot going for me, and so it's probably easier for me to do that. Fully aware of all those things, but I also think that I am in a good place, partially because of the hard work I put into practicing gratefulness and just mind over mattering a lot of the dysphoria, you know, gritting my teeth and believing I can do better and I can work and I have control, you know, exercising control wherever I can. So I think that's it. I think I covered all my bases. check out those two campaigns, eGale Canada and Studio 205 Productions. Follow me on Instagram. I posted a bikini photo, and I got my account expanded pretty strongly overnight. And wait till you guys hear my voice and see what I do. We're gonna see that number dip when people realize it's not all bikini photos. That was a rarity, man. I don't know. I mean, I was proud. I shared them proudly. It wasn't a thirst trap. I was proud. I was proud of how I looked. It was very validating. It was very euphoric trying on that bikini and like being like, ah, cool. And liking and seeing a woman in the mirror was, very validating. So sue me. I shared it. I shared a moment in time. Anyways, so now, I've got all these new followers who just want to see more ass. And you're going to see a different kind of ass. A jackass. Expressing her opinions because she's the realest one there ever was. Fucking booyah. Mic drop. Thank you for listening. I'm seriously going to go now. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. And please tell people about the podcast. Let's keep growing. I've got merch, and I'll keep you posted on its availability and mailing it out. You guys rule, man. Honestly, talk about gratefulness. I'm so grateful that I have you as listeners and as fans and as supporters. I'm just so grateful. So grateful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for your feedback. Thank you for all of it. I'm lucky, and you guys rule. And thank you for being real G's and sticking real solid gold. Ding. Solid gold G's. Okay, that's fucking it. Thanks. Have a good week if you're a good person. If you're a bad person, work on it, and then work on your hatred and come back and be a good person. Try that on. Okay? Bye.